that exact map. That was great fun to watch.
Alright, well then let us head into our 7th game for today. Casting it will be myself and Hunter. So, Hunter, are you ready for this next game, which will be Dren against Valently?
I am ready.
Then let us start in 3, 2...
Okay, going into the 7th match of the day, we have Valently to the east in red versus his opponent, Dren, to the south in blue. And Valently, once again, going with the no tier 3 with the double defenses. He is seeming to like that a lot, while Dren going with the more standard. The Fox is very popular, so he's going Fox, Squirrel, Pigeon, and the tier 2 ensemble there. Looking at the map, Dren, not really any close bases. In fact, the closest base for both players is the exact same base right in the middle there. If they want other bases, they're going to have to expand into the opposite side of the map.
Both players have a good chance of containing the other, essentially cutting off access to the rest of the map. Dren can get the base all the way to the west, but he would have to burrow to it and leave his front exposed. And Valently has access to bases all the way in the north, but faces the same problem. So the easy bases to take are unfortunately the same for both players, so probably going to be quite contested. Both players going for 7 farm Warren, Valently adding on in 8th farm. And looks like Dren is opting for 2, 3 Warrens, and is probably going to get his 8th farm a little bit later. I wanted to talk about the picks, in that depending on what the players decide to build this game, they do have the counters for each other. Like Dren, his tier 2 gets countered by Valently's pigeons. I mean falcons, not pigeons, the other birds. But then Dren does have Fox to deal with the counters that Valently has. So depending on what both players end up building, it could become a quite tricky game.
Yeah, it's interesting picks. We'll see how it develops. Dren going on the offensive right now. Valently doesn't really manage to get his MG nest out. It gets taken down, but...
Unfortunately, Dren's commander died just before the attack went off, but he was winning it. He picked off a Warren from Valently and the MG nest. So if Dren were to push now, I think he could still take it, but he seems to be hesitating for a bit. Valently pushing aggressively, hopefully probably trying to contain Dren in this one.
This windmill.
Yeah,
it'll be a big deal. And Dren just with a very big tier 1 force right now. He has 12 squirrels on the way, 9 out right now, and he has those pigeons to back up. If he'd attacked just a little bit sooner, I think he might have been able to deny that MG nest with the army he has.
Yep, Valently trying to get this mill up. He is forced to sell it, lose some food. And then Dren has his own MG nest up. So both players just posturing really hard. Valently will get his balloon up, it seems. But Dren is winning these fights.
On this windmill here, no players can really take it right now. And Valently building Ferris, which is exactly what he needs right now. He needs to take out the MG nest so he can uproot Dren from the position, and obviously the poke is very useful also. So Valently responding well, and Dren is responding by just going for that northern windmill instead.
Which...
And that southern one is still contested.
Yeah, if Dren can secure this position, then Valently only has access to the one base in the middle. Because if Dren can secure the middle of the map here, it's in the center of all the other bases. He does opt for the 2 forward farms, which might be a little bit tricky to hold.
Yeah, that's
especially with Valently's ferret out already. You have to keep in mind, Dren is a new player.
Yeah.
So he may not realize this, but yeah, this ferret is just going to poke away at these farms.
Oh, and his commander goes down while his units are going forward, and all of these units are going to get picked off. That's really not a good situation there, and I don't know how he's going to defend this Warren, this windmill now. Valently's going to be very good at poking this with that army he has.
Yeah, so he's going to pressure with these ferrets again, and unfortunately these farms are in front, so one will get taken out, while the other pig is on half HP. He'll get healed up by the pigeons, so hopefully it can survive for a bit longer. Valently's cleaning up the MG nests.
Yep, Valently can clean up the MG nests. Dren has responded with skunks to control this midfield. I think that's a good pick when the fights are all happening in the exact same spot. But that pig does get taken out by those ferrets again, and looks like Dren's learned his lesson. He's put those ferret farms further to the back.
Yeah, it's clearly adapting to what he's seeing now. His army is unfortunately a little bit out of position.
And Valently's just going to push forward and take out all these warrens. Oh, but Dren catches him out. If he gets some good smokes here, with some good gas, this could be a big deal. And with all these pigeons healing up these skunks, it might be tough to actually take out Dren's army here. A little fight happening around this windmill, but Dren's kept his army in the same place for too long, and they're just getting destroyed right now. Those ferret shots dealing massive damage every time it lands.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dren's skunks were focusing on the mill, which was not where Valently's army was. He does end up killing the mill, but Valently is now again in control of the middle of the map.
Yep,
Dren is taking time to rip too.
Yeah, Dren is completely locked off from his expansion that he managed to get, and now stuck on his main with less production buildings than Valently, who has many more warrens, with units out already. And Dren's going to struggle to push out. Yeah. Dren's going to struggle to push out against this MG nest though, so this is tough. He'd have to go for this windmill, I think.
He would need ferrets, but he needs time before he can get ferrets, so... No, he thinks he needs to go now, so he's going to take out this MG nest. Minimal losses.
Yeah, that was a good pick actually. But Valently, meanwhile, is taking this windmill, finally getting a safe one. It looks like Dren's not going to be able to respond to that at all. And now, while that is building, he's just going to poke at Dren to stop him from going anywhere. And Dren, all he has is really these skunks to defend, and Valently can just pull back.
If he can get some good gas down, then these skunks can definitely delay Valently's push. But Dren, yeah, both players are on one farm currently, so they have to really catch up or rebuild their economy, make this game feel more comfortable for the both of them. But Valently does have the bigger army and the better defensive position, so Valently, I feel like, is in charge of this game right now.
Definitely. Looking at
Valently
the army value
supports
graph,
the expansion, unfortunately, and he's going to go for it. Dren is trying to catch up, but losing that farm already is going to hurt. Well, one skunk gets taken out already.
Army gets taken out. He gets caught out of position, and it just all gets wiped out. And Valently can feel free to take this warren now. This windmill.
Yeah, now Dren is going to go into starvation mode, but Valently is also starving right now. So Valently is on a clock, so he has to be fast about this. Unless he goes back and buys a farm first.
It looks like he might sell something. Yeah, he sold his MG nest.
Gonna have to sell a bunch of things.
Oh, but he's building something.
Yeah, he's still building squirrels. Okay. He's building a farm right now.
Okay.
So Valently is no longer in starvation, and now he's gonna try and finish the game with these ferrets poking away at the back. He only has one squirrel in the front, but Dren is gonna throw in the towel. That was close in the end.
Yeah, that was a very close game though. It's a very low funds match there. Neither player really getting off the ground with their economy, so making do with as little units as they could. What did you think of that game, Shu?
Yeah, I think you could see the difference that having two structures for Valently really made in that match, when having control of that center area mattered so much. Having those sniper balloons just made a world of difference. And Dren trying to take that northern base and then trying to build farms on it and defend it, it split his force a little too thin, and he just kept on getting caught out running back and forth between his bases.
Yeah, definitely Valently picking on the opportunities presented, going for whichever base wasn't covered at the time, and Dren unfortunately adapting a little bit too late, and after already losing some farms in the front. And that gave it Valently just enough of an advantage, I feel, to be able to take the game in the end.
Yeah, we didn't see either player do this, but something that can be really effective on maps like that is taking one of the far-off bases, because if your opponent tries to bring their army in to take it down, then they're leaving their main base undefended and you can push in.
Yeah, definitely.
Their army is running over.
Definitely a strategy worth considering. So, with that, let us hop into our final game for today. Casting it shall be Shoofly